is the world's most useless fish.
You stupid.
They're not.
Yeah, mate, that aquatic pancake is a mola. Found wasting its life in oceans around the world, and a contender for the most dog shit fish build in the 7 seas. You see, these things are huge, measuring at 4 meters from fin to fin, and absolutely atomizing the scales at 2,300 kilos, putting it firmly in the same weight class as a fucking F-150. There is, however, a problem with that size. That is all it's good at. It spent every available stat point on being a giant floating satellite dish at the cost of spending its life as a useless fucking punching bag. To start with, the thing can't even swim properly. Their fins, specifically their tail, is tiny compared to the rest of their body, which makes them so shit at maneuvering. The only thing they can fucking eat is jellyfish and plankton, because those don't dodge. Speaking of food, you may have noticed that in all of these photos, its mouth is open. That's because it doesn't fucking close. God has cursed the fucking thing to permanently pog. Oh, but evolution is not done fucking the sunfish yet. Because funnily enough, being the size of the average American meal, while having the defensive capabilities of a Tickle Me Elmo, makes these things perfect targets for predators. Most of the time, animals just take fucking bites out of them, realize they taste like shit, and then swim off, leaving a hole in their head, which somehow doesn't kill them.
Do you have any ibuprofen? I got a headache.
That disgusting flavor is probably due to the 50 fucking parasite species living on its body, but flavor doesn't matter to sea lions, who will rip their fucking fins off and play frisbee with them. And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, they will often swim to the surface to warm themselves up and let birds eat the parasites off of them, where they are promptly hit by a boat. Their only saving grace is that they don't process pain because their brain is the size of a testicle. They are blissfully unaware that they spend their entire fucking life getting jumped.
Fight back! Fight back!
Bleed blue. But why?
Why are you blue?
Well, actually, it's not just octopuses. If you lined up Gary, Larry the Lobster, and Mr. Krabs, you will find that all of them bleed Gatorade. Now, this isn't just for aesthetic purposes. Running what appears to be blended up Smurf through their veins actually serves an important purpose. And to learn what that is, we gotta talk about your blood. You see, your circulatory system is based on iron. Iron is used to produce hemoglobin, which in turn carry oxygen around the body, allowing for you to, exist. And when iron is exposed to oxygen, it oxidizes and goes red, which is why when you get shanked, sprays out tomato sauce. Now here is the fun part. The cast of SpongeBob don't run on iron. Their circulatory system is based on copper. So rather than hemoglobin, the copper creates hemomyosin to cart the oxygen around. And as anyone who's ever seen the Statue of Liberty can attest, when copper oxidizes, it turns blue. Now, the reason for them evolving copper is pretty simple. Our blood fucking sucks. See, the inferior hemoglobin is far less efficient at binding oxygen than the Chad hemocyanin. And considering all of these bad boys live or travel through incredibly cold, low oxygen environments, they need to get the most out of every breath they take. They basically switched evolution teams from red to blue because red blood has a skill issue. Octopuses. His Prime Minister disappeared. No, that is not a joke. This is Harold Holt, the 17th Prime Minister of Australia. And when I say he disappeared, I don't mean he retired from public life, never to be heard from again. I mean, we literally f***ing lost him midway through his term. That is like the Secret Service losing the f***ing president.
Now let me be clear.
Which begs a very important question. F***ing how? Well, you see, Holt was elected Prime Minister in 1966. And one of the most well-known facts about him was that he f***ing loved the ocean.
Be free!
Which is why, on December 17th, 1967, while taking a day off from leading Spider Island, Holt convinced his mates to shop for a cheeky swim before they went out to lunch. And so they pulled into Cheviot Beach in Victoria. Now on that day, the ocean was, putting it lightly, fucked. And so all of Holt's friends warned him that maybe visiting Nemo today was a bad idea. Holt responded, and I quote, "I know this beach like the back of my hand." Hopped into the water and started swimming away from the shore. And he kept swimming. Further. And further. Yeah, right, mate, that's far enough. You can come back now. Wait, where the f*** is he? Yeah, they completely lost sight of him. Because the Prime Minister was f***ing gone. This caused the leaderless Australian government to shit themselves and start playing Where's Holto?
I am under the water.
Search and rescue teams scoured the coast for weeks and came up with absolutely f***ing nothing. Not even a body. The sitting Prime Minister had vanished without a trace. Some conspiracy theorists say he got picked up by a submarine. The odds are he f***ing drowned. But most importantly, with the tragic loss of our nation's Prime Minister at sea, how did we choose to commemorate the man who was clapped by the ocean? Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because we named a fucking swimming pool after